Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Grace Gospel and Greek channel. Today, I want to talk about the word census and how it relates to the Greek New Testament, as well as the King James translation of the Bible. I will begin by reading two different verses from the King James translation of the Bible. The King James translators translated Luke chapter 2, verses 1 through 2 as follows. And it came to pass in those days that there went out a decree from Caesar Augustus that all the world should be taxed. And this taxing was first made when Cyrenius was governor of Syria. On this slide, I have underlined and italicized the words that I wish to focus on for this presentation. In Luke chapter 2, verse 1, the King James translators ended the verse with the words should be taxed. In Luke chapter 2, verse 2, the King James translators used the word taxing in their translation. The verses on this slide appear to reference taxation. However, what does the Greek text say regarding these specific vocabulary words? On this slide, I have underlined and highlighted the Greek words that the King James translators translated as should be taxed for verse 1 and taxing for verse 2. In Luke chapter 2, verse 1, the Greek word that the King James translators translated as taxed is apographisthē. This Greek verb, in its passive form, means to be registered. In Luke chapter 2, verse 2, the Greek word that the King James translators translated as taxing is apographi. This Greek word, as a noun, means registration or census. Notice that the first 7 Greek letters of both Greek vocabulary words are the same. Thus, they share a similar origin and a similar meaning. When looking at both Greek words, however, the concept of taxation and/or a tax is missing. The words tax and census have different definitions in an English language dictionary. The question then becomes, why was the word tax used in the King James translation? According to an intermediate Greek-English lexicon, authors H.G. Liddell and R. Scott define the Greek word apographi as a register of persons liable to taxation when this word was used by the writers of the New Testament. Liddell and Scott also connect the Greek word apographi with the Latin word census. The word census in the English language comes from this Latin word. In other words, scholars believe that a tax was connected with the census that was mentioned in Luke chapter 2. Returning now to the King James translation, it is worth noting that the concept of a census or a registration is completely missing from the English translation here. Even though a tax is believed to be connected with the census, the Greek language specifically refers to a census. Thus, this concept has been lost in translation. In this instance, the New King James Version, as well as the New International Version, are more faithful to the Greek language, as both versions reference a census within their translations. I would like to conclude this presentation by quoting the Trinitarian Bible Society. As they mentioned, translations made since New Testament times must use words chosen by uninspired men to translate God's words. For this reason, no translation of the Word of God can have an absolute or definitive status. The final appeal must always be to the original languages in the traditional Hebrew and Greek texts. Thank you for watching this presentation. Please subscribe to this channel. More content will be uploaded to the Grace Gospel and Greek channel in the near future. Thank you again for watching, and I'll see you next time.